You know, you're correct. The level cap is not coming until the 26th. They announced it today, though, and I'm excited about that. Kind of bummed it's not 15, I'm gonna be honest, but can't have exactly what we want, I suppose. Level 60 does still unlock a lot of options, which will be very fucking nice. I don't think it's enough to, I don't know, maybe we'll play around with some skill trees. Is it 10 or 5? It's 5. We're going from 50 to 60. I think it should have been 15. I imagine that probably means, I think it's a pretty safe bet that we're going to end this game at 80. The skill trees feel like they're designed for somewhere around 80. And so that's why I thought we have 2 story DLCs. So I kind of assumed that we would get 15 and 15 each. Because there's no way we're just going to end at 70. I don't think these skill trees are designed to only be able to handle 70. But I was hoping we'd get 15. But 10 is still more than enough to make builds a little bit more interesting than they currently are. I still think, like I say, I don't think Blue Tree Vex comes online yet. How's it going, Hololock? Welcome, brother. Today in my microbiome lab, we had mold, and I feel so mold-pilled right now. That's fucking awesome. The craving for Gorgonzola is real. Glad to have you here, my moldy brother. Do you wipe or do you just let it crust? See, toilet paper is a fucking scam, my guy. Like, it's such bullshit that they want you to spend all this money on toilet paper when we never had toilet paper when we were like Neanderthals and shit. You know what we fucking did? We didn't give a damn if there was shit on our ass. It's natural. The crust is the way of our ancestors. Alright? And I respect that. I respect my origins. And to show that respect, I have a thick, encrusted ring of shit around my asshole 24/7. Anyways, let's get into this shit. I'm in the wrong vault. I found a way to make Spectre's boss on True UVH6. Is it without the... Because I know of the, what is it? Gastrobate, and you can use that to summon a, Spectre with... What's it called? An ordinance in hand. Is there a way other than that? Mixologist. What does that do? That's the one where it's like the bonus element on Mollywan, right? Need to actually switch my shit up here. And by switch my shit up, I mean, where is my Kroot? Times 14 ACMA and equip a beam tosser equals damage. That's the thing, like, I've seen them boss, it just feels like it's always such a specific setup to make them do anything. And then the biggest issue is, see, I want to use Spectres as utility. That's the way I think that skill is cool. But it's like one way or the other. You either fucking give Spectres everything, and they can kill something, or you give them nothing and then your build is just mid as hell because you should be using Incarnate. How's it going, Fire Scream? Welcome. I don't know, I do need to play around with fucking Spectres again a little bit. I feel like I can maybe make something work a little bit better nowadays, but... I say nowadays, like anything has fucking changed. Nowadays, as in, I think I might have a couple more ideas to try. Who knows if they'll actually do anything. I'm still in true mode. I also do not have... I did not get set up enough for this. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. That practice run. See, look, I didn't even have my farm count up. There we go. This looks good, but only 3 extra pearls. I want more. Yeah, and they all share the same skin again. I mean, it's a different skin from the first set, but it's still 3 pearls with the same skin. Don't have Jacob's pearls even with the DLC. Yeah, nah. It's okay. We got the hand cannon though, which is certainly a hand cannon. Shit. I'm still on truth. Fuck. Like, why is this going slow? Not a first runner, unfortunate. Got a full suspension for the season? That's rough. Now we're not getting the Bessie. I want the Unforgiven, but good this time. Hey, it was good in 3. I don't know, we're getting another Tediore, aren't we? Which I think is, like, really cringe. Mixed on BO4 reload animations. See, I think I've been, like, a little bit fucking mind-fucked. I originally didn't mind just the guns in general in BO4. I know a lot of people didn't like them, like, right from the start, but actually, like, from the trailers and shit, I thought they looked alright. I kind of liked it. I don't know if it's just the hate brewing deep within me and making me dislike more and more about this game. But yeah, no, I feel like I'm kind of mixed on the guns in general at this point. Which is odd, because again, I was kind of into them at first. I'm still into Daedalus. I think Daedalus looks kind of cool. Some Vladovs, I think, look neat. This does not even have fucking Grave Thirst on it at all. That's awesome. Still believe BO4 is a good game, but that's just it. It's a good, nothing more, nothing less. That's exactly where I've been at it with, or for this game with like, with this game 4 months. I'm like, I don't hate this game whatsoever. I think it's fine. I had fun with it, but I had fun with it, and then I've kind of just almost entirely dropped it, which has never happened with a Borderlands game before for me. Best it matches the quality of BO3's reloads, but at worst, I can't follow the logic of what's happening, which is the case especially with Order and Ripper. Yeah, Order and Ripper, you just kind of throw a little cube in a hole. It's like, it's kind of just annoying. Well, it's not even a reload. It's just doing a thing. It's just doing some sci-fi magical gobbledygook. The other thing is none of them sound as good as BL3. But I mean, that's just kind of a fact about the entirety of 4 is none of it sounds as good as 3. They must have got a full new fucking audio team or they just didn't give them money. Because man, we've probably done like 3 runs, right? BL3 sounds beautiful in every fucking aspect. From fucking ambience to guns, the fucking music, like everything about that game sounds wonderful. And then BL4 is just, at best, it sounds generic. Unlike BL3, there's nothing that you can really attach yourself to. There's nothing super compelling. The lows aren't as astonishingly low, and the highs aren't as astonishingly high as BL3. Yeah, I think, like, BL4 is just, story-wise even, it about averages out. I mean, see, honestly, personally, I found it the kind of opposite, where I'm like, I think 4 had higher highs but lower lows than 3 did to me. But I think part of that's probably just because I felt some of the moments were higher highs that I was more disappointed when it did go low. But overall, the story just averaged out to be another Borderlands story. Another mediocrely written story. Why did none of that go up? There we go. Make that BL3 Jacob's Gun ASMR video? You should. I mean, that's a +5. Made a whole video talking about how they did the audio for BL3. Yeah, that was some of my favorite shit in the behind the scenes stuff. Because I'm fucking insane, and I'm probably the only person ever to sit there and watch through everything that came with Director's Cut. But yeah, no, a lot of the audio stuff was really cool. Like, they did so much crazy shit for that. I think, yeah, I don't think that was 50. I think that's 50. BL3's story oozes with potential and peak moments. 4 is just like, I can't say where it could be improved at all. Or less to dissect. I think part of it is also like, what BL3 leaves you on after Ava's murder mysteries is so fucking cool. And then it goes nowhere in 4. Like, 4 does tie into it. 4 does tie into the end of murder mysteries, but it's very loose, and it doesn't tie into it itself. It ties into it because of what is said in 3. But 4 never directly ties back to that moment in its own game, which I think is really unfortunate. Been blueballing ever since the pre-sequel ending? Yeah, pretty much. Can't say where it could be improved at all. There's far less to dissect. It feels like they just flattened out all the layers that 3 had. Am I making sense here? Making complete sense. 3 had a lot of implications for the overall universe as a whole, which I think was really cool. Say what you will about the, like, direct story itself. The overall, like, implications for the overarching universe that is being built in this franchise, I think 3 was fantastic. 4, it's just Kairos. And I don't care about Kairos. Like, at no point does this game make me give a single fuck about Kairos. It's just set dressing to me. And I don't think that's entirely, like, my fault. I think that's the game not being interested in making it more than set dressing. Or is entirely constricted to one planet that was literally fucking isolated from the rest of the 6 galaxies, which is crazy because I don't think this was the plan for 4. They said that the entire purpose of BL3 and why BL3 wasn't the war was because they wanted to take BL3 to get people used to the universe being open. To open up the fucking universe, to have people go outside of Pandora for the first time. And to, like, world build and universe build and shit. More places. And they did that so successfully that I was so hyped to see where they went with that. And then they didn't go anywhere with that. They just immediately, like, pussied out. And we're like, you're just on a single planet again. But it's a new one. It's a different one this time. It's not Pandora. It's actually just more boring than Pandora. Nah, fuck that. Please enjoy open world shareholders. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. It's really hard to not be fucking cynical about a lot of the choices made with this game. And I feel like just the fact that even Gearbox doesn't seem to care about actually properly supporting this game whatsoever makes me think even more so that this game was made not to please players, but instead shareholders. In BL5, we're gonna have AI-generated guns. Let me head back to the playlist. Made to please Borderlands fans, but BL3 haters? I don't even think it did that, though. At least the story narrative setting was. Like, that's what they attempted to do. I don't even think they were that successful there, though. Because, I mean, nothing is ever going to please the people that did not like 3. Because most of the people that didn't like 3 are just playing 2 still. And they aren't going to be pleased with anything that isn't 2. Alright, let's dig through a shit ton of purples. I kind of only care to look at enhancements and potentially fucking, what's it called? Order snipers. Doesn't look like I've gotten any. Indeed, I have not. Talking about intent, but yeah, they didn't really succeed. It's funny how some time ago I saw people on Reddit coming to this exact conclusion weeks after I posted about it. Got downvoted to hell. Dude, the BL4 subreddit is actually insane. I mean, the thing is just a lot of the defense this game is getting, like hardcore defense. I want to be clear, like, you can defend the game normally all you want. That's totally fine. But there are people that get really fired up about defending this game, and all of them are fucking schizophrenic. Like, dear God. I think you're a bit biased to BO3. The main story of BO3 wasn't good. Okay, so here's the thing. That's not me being biased to BO3. It's me having a differing opinion about BO3. I don't think BO3's story is good. I think BO3's story is completely fine, as I do with literally every other story in any of these games. I think BO4 is on par. I have no bias where I'm like, I think BO3's story was good or anything. I fully acknowledge that it wasn't. My argument is that I think BO2 wasn't any better. I think BO2 gets glazed due to a lot of the people playing it being younger when they played it. I think Borderlands has been incredibly consistent with story writing. The only outliers are TPS and Wonderlands, where TPS is one of the, or is the single best written game, and Wonderlands is definitely up there. Wonderlands was actually like surprisingly good. I don't think there's anything wrong with hard focusing on a single planet after 3, but the execution leaves something to be desired. I'd be fine with it as well. I just think, yeah, the fact that the execution of it was really lame, and the fact that it wasn't at all what they said their plans were prior to 4 releasing, I think something happened. I think something occurred. Ten more levels next week, Thursday. I'm so excited about it. I'm so hyped. Might actually be able to do some fun stuff. I think the writing of BO2 is on par with TPS and exceeds it at times, but that's just me. You're right, brother. It is. How dare you? Somebody's focused on 3 story. It has excellent foundation, but the execution is terrible. Yeah, it's pretty much where I'm at with that, too. Like, I think Ava's the prime example of it. Because I think Ava's an amazing character. I think she's great in theory. Her execution is just shit. The way she is slotted into the story is awful. And the way that she, like, completely does not get the attention that she, like, that kind of character needs to function. Is what kills her. And yeah, no, I think that's kind of just the core issue to a lot of 3's story, is it has amazing bits and pieces. It's just there's a lot of executional errors. Meanwhile, 4 just kind of doesn't have a solid foundation at all. It just exists, yeah. It's really fucking funny during BO4 how Lilith was brought back at the last minute and she was told about the Timekeeper, the main villain, and it's like, okay. I was typing teen, which weird. It's the, trying to work it into a sentence. Just a lot of time when you throw that into a sentence about wanting to farm or get a good variant of a teen witch, kind of just doesn't work too good in a title format. Four story is a lot like BO1 story. Think about it. Most of it's told through fucking text. What went so wrong with BO4? The Gearbox got up in their fucking head about the amount of hate that 3 got. Despite being an incredibly successful game. Having 2 years of very successful community and players. But they ignored all of that because a very loud group of people bitched and moaned. Also probably shareholder bullshit. There was the whole, like, parent company changeover and stuff. I'm sure that had something to do with it. It's flabbergasting that post my death you don't see Ava till Troy. Exactly! Like, that's the thing. I think her entire character, her arc and shit, her purpose in the story and her placement, like, as a mirror to Lilith, I think is fucking incredible. Genuinely, she's one of probably the best potential characters in the franchise, and then they just completely shaft her. And it ends up just, like, not working as effectively as it could. Kind of hopeful about the first story. Pack 3's DLCs were excellent, and I think this is because the writers have the same issue as me, which is that very long, coherent plot lines just don't work in their heads, but shorter plot lines are epic. Willing to let them cook for now. That's the thing. I'm excited about it too. I think they're fumbling gameplay-wise, at least from what they've announced already. I think the fact that they're adding a new event, a new activity, and then they're just like, it's boss bubbles again, I think was tone deaf. And I'm not a huge fan of that, but no, the story DLC itself looks fun. I'm pretty hyped about it. I just don't think it's gonna do much for the long term. It's obvious they replaced Ava with Amara. It could have shown how Ava had grown, but nope, Amara. And instead of showing how Ava had grown, they just butchered Amara. They completely fucking butchered her. It's actually fucking tragic what they did to that motherfucker. BO4 is the first time they marketed a game based on criticisms of the previous one, right? Yeah. That was like their entire marketing strategy, too. I think it's the first time I've ever seen a fucking company do that. I don't think I've ever seen the strategy of going up on the PAX stage and shit-talking your previous game. And literally saying shit that is, like, just factually incorrect about your game at that. Level 60 cap is real? It is! Next Thursday. Next Thursday we get level 60 cap. I'll be so upset if we just never see her again because illiterate people called her cringe in 2019. It's kind of starting to feel like that's what's happening, but also Pickle's returning, so who knows? Really anything could happen. I cannot believe my goat is coming back, but he is. Look, the Zane and Levine thing. It wasn't world shattering, but also not terrible. I mean, see, this might be a biased thing. I do think my favorite parts of this game was just the entire Zane and Levine section. I thought that part was fun. I thought a lot of the missions were really, like, well done. I enjoyed... I mean, I kind of just enjoy fighting Ripper enemies. I think the Ripper enemies are the ones that have the most variety in them. Not that that's much, but it's more than order. I think that area... I mean, it's an aesthetic they've been doing since fucking BL1, but I think that area looks the best out of anywhere in this game. And then Zane and Levine are just fucking fantastic together. Pickle returning might actually save the franchise, I'm not gonna lie. I agree. Ava will be the main character, the second main DLC of BO4. I don't know, man. Like, the fact that they cut her and in her place decided to just completely butcher a character, it seems like they're kind of committed to pushing her off as far as possible, or just not having her. I also think bringing Lilith back is a sign that they're probably just going to, like, soft retcon Ava. I don't know if they'll go that far with it, but I think they're going to put her on the back burner pretty heavy. Because the entire point of Ava is to rise as the leader that Lilith couldn't be. And now Lilith is just back immediately. How the fuck is Amon or Cash going to be balanced with all that skill trees? Well, see, to be fair, Cash wasn't going to be balanced no matter what the level cap was. Amon is not going to be balanced because they kept giving him more and more numbers. They did the Mose thing with him, which for some reason they have not learned from when it happened in 3. I'm getting so many anarchies. Cash wouldn't be balanced with a cap of 20. Or that you could give that thing a fucking cap of 10 and he'd probably still wreck shit. I'm hyped for Cash. I love gambling, allegedly. Vex clone gun damage actually viable at level 60? What do you mean? Like, the clones themselves doing damage, or Vex doing damage with clones? Because, I mean, clones doing damage is kind of viable currently. It's just not fun. As for, like, Blue Tree Vex gun, I don't think so. So let's see. Let me whip up Loot Lemon real quick. Hello? The fuck? There we go. Spectres? Yeah, I mean, Spectres are currently viable. It's just, again, it's not, I don't find it fun the way that they're viable. Alright. So, the thing with Blue Tree is you need a reason for it to be viable. Like, you need a reason to go into here. And I don't know if we have enough points to have that reason and then also go Green Tree, even at 60. Like, we could go for attunements, and then you get prismatic weaponry, but prismatic weaponry just is not better than blood is power. It's effectively what that is. I think the problem with Blue Tree Vex isn't even skill points. I think it's just shit. Don't worry, it'll be good at level 72. Because, like, the only other thing that's nice is Ancient Rites. Or no, not Ancient Rites. What is it? Am I crazy? Did I just forget what her fucking Green Tree stills do? I mean, like, Ancient Rites is great for minion damage, but I thought she had something that was, like, stacking fucking... I don't fucking know. You're gonna end up at 80 or 90 at max level? Well, I thought that we were gonna end at 80, but I thought it was going to be 15 levels per, story DLC. I thought... Because That's when it makes sense to increase them. We're getting 2-story DLCs. I'm pretty sure we're going to end at 80. I'm just like, now I don't know when the third and final level cap is going to come. Probably around end of life, I'd imagine. You could go Dark Pact, I guess. But I don't know if Dark Pact is actually worth going down to. Okay. Let's just try something like generic here, real quick. Go for leeching. Because, okay. We're going to do a kill still setup here. Let's ignore leeching for now. So with this, I need Mortal Terror. And I would like Deeper Grave. But we'll ignore Deeper Grave for now. I guess we could do it as a Bloodshot build too, right? That's what I did for one of my somewhat Spectre builds that currently exists. It was just a variant of my Bloodshot. I don't know. That's 28 points. We have 31 more to go. I don't think this does damage, though. I'm gonna be real. I don't think this does damage. Soup. I have to fucking refresh myself. Oh, right. No, this... Okay, this is what I was looking for. Because, yeah, with Grave Power, you can get up to fucking 6 stacks of this. And it's... What is that? I think it's decent, right? 0.5 times 6. It's 75% damage from that one still. Which, I mean, it's soup, but that's decent. We go Prismatic. And I mean, okay, so with 10 more points, we could... You could max Burning and Blight Attunement. And, okay, so hold on. Wait a second. Better than maxing. You could put 1 point there, 1 point there. That's 3. So we'd still have 8 points to play with. Not enough to grab Cryo. This potentially slaps. Maybe? Okay, you put 1 point in each of those. You still have 8 more. Where would you want that? Like, I guess you could go Ichor. They fixed it. Could just go Bleed. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna have to play around with that more once the actual cap is out. There might be hope for fucking Blue Tree support vector or specters. I honestly didn't think that 10 more levels would assist with that, but I'm kind of even more hyped now. It has been mostly says the Eldritch shit, like how many of my theories are right, because at this point I'm certain it's more than 1%. Gearbox, please make level or like 3 slaughter maps and a couple triers. Let me have a little hope in BL4. No, you don't understand. Those things, they were in BL3. That game was bad and stinky. We can't have those in 4. You'll get a takedown and that's it. Carlo Blue Tree build video when? When they actually fucking target the problems that that tree has. Five points in Ancient Rites, is it going to be worth it compared to the Teen Witch? For like Spectre damage? Maybe? I think currently it's not really used. Because Spectre damage kind of relies on more bullshit than I think even 10 out of 5 Ancient Rites gives you. Wouldn't more realistic weapons be cool in Borderlands? Imagine an AR-15-esque incendiary weapon. Gotten 4 whole games of cartoonish weapons. I mean, I feel like that's what 3 was, no? 3 was pretty damn realistic in a lot of how the weapons looked. Unless you're just talking like straight up fucking... like a legit AR-15. It's like whip out the fucking Glock against a Grave Ward. Actually, I say that you can literally do that. The fucking, there's doll pistols that effectively just look like a Glock. The one I'm really excited is, I think Misericord, or whatever the fuck, however that's pronounced, from Bloom Reaper. I think that's going to be really cool with the level cap. I've already seen some people do, or I've seen, Rator. Rator did some funny stuff with it. Apparently it was, like, kind of inconsistent, but it was funny to watch happen. But I think once we have a level cap, that'll be a lot better. Do you know there's a green doll AR in BL3 called the Vinylic Puma? I did not. Like, I know there's the Puma. I didn't know there was the Vinylic prefix. That's kind of dope. That was a fucking rough kill. I say, is he still alive? Level cap 60 kind of makes me want to go back to BO4, but I just really hate how fighting any enemy in BO4 always feels the same. What do you mean? Why would you want to think when you're playing your video games? So I would definitely take that over the direction they went with the guns in BL4. Like, honestly, I think I like the designs of the 4 weapons more than I do BL2. I kind of wasn't a huge fan of how guns looked in 2. Like, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I liked it at first, when I first started playing 2. And then eventually I was just like... Oh, it's a little too cartoony. That's not the button I meant to press. It kind of just started feeling like I was shooting Nerf guns after a while in 2. And then I was so excited when they showed off the guns in 3. When I just saw a straight up real life double barrel shotgun in Borderlands, I was like, that's what I want. They increasing it? They are. They're bumping it up to 60 points, or 60 levels. Giving us another 10 points to play with. That is our second +5 in the same fucking skill that our last +5 was. Awesome. Just right, what was that called? The Ultra Teen Witch. This Teen Witch is exceptionally teen. Maybe playing Tarkov and Ready or Not has affected my taste in guns. Dude, you want a game with some nice feeling guns? Toxic Commando. I haven't played the actual release of it, but I played the demo of it when that was up. And damn, dude, the guns feel good in that fucking game. +4? Lovely. I might try it. It's really fun. Again, I've not played the full release. I don't know how it is. I've seen some complaints that the full release is like a little bit bare bones for a full release. But even then, I've still seen people loving it. Are all the com names in BO4 weird or only this one? This is the only one that bringing up in casual conversation could, like, maybe get you a case, but... No, BO4 has a lot of names of things that is just hard to pronounce. At least for a white boy such as myself. I'd love to have a proper Vladov AK. Honestly, with Vladov guns having so much shit on them, it turns me off, and the sounds aren't great in BO4 or BO3. Yeah, no, Vladovs in BO3 even sound a little bit light. I think that's probably the worst sounding guns in the game. I do like pistols, actually. I like Vladov pistols. They sound dope. It's mostly just the Vladov ARs I think sound not great. The sickle, though? That's technically a shotgun, but that sounds fucking beautiful. Yeah, dude, the fucking Vladov pistols sound gorgeous. I just wish they were better. I barely fucking use Vladov even during playthroughs. I mean, like, in the case of non-uniques. What do you mean? You're telling me the gun that plays a Doom riff isn't realistic enough? Vladov in 3 is kind of sad, though. I love Vladov for rocket launchers. Feels so cool, but man, those just suck. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to Vladov in 3. Just across the fucking board. They're kind of shit. I should say, they're shit specifically with their non-uniques. Vladov uniques fucking crack ass. It's kind of crazy how much of a glow up they get when they become orange. Like, hold on. Let me start edging again real quick. Real quick, let's just go through Vladov's. That's not what I wanted. I want manufacturer. Perfect. Like, I think most of these are solid. Septimator's good. Lyuda's great. Actually, Septimator's also pretty great. It's not like amazing, but Septimator's good. Lyuda's amazing. Boogeyman is fucking incredible. Miscreant's fucking incredible. Magnificent's amazing. Light Show. Infinity, this is the best version of the Infinity. This is literally the best the Infinity's ever been. Firefly's incredible. Rocket Pod, one of my favorites. Mongol, of course, great. The Kick Charger. Dude, like, Jericho, I think, might be one of the single worst Vladovs, but even it's kind of funny when you have a proper build for it. Ion Cannon's still good, just power cut by the Kick Charger. Backburner's good. Web Slinger is acceptable. Monarch Dictator even somehow still holds up. Sickle's great. Shreddifire's great. Ogre is likely the single worst one. The Ogre is just like the only one I think is actually dog shit. Because yeah, no, it's just Lucian's Tall, Phaser, Dowsing Rod, Damned. Like, Vladov is crazy good in the uniques. It's just purples that they suck dick on. Doll AR sound really good in BL3. Dude, I just love how most, or doll anything sounds in 3. And just how they look. Doll is by far my favorite manufacturer in 3. And it's kind of crazy because I think they were one of my... Actually, they probably were my least favorite in BL2. I fucking hated Doll in 2. When are they gonna hotfix my baby Ivan Red Eye rocket to not fucking reset every time it kills a badass? That's part of it. Like, that's intentional design with it, and I don't know why. It's the only thing that's fucking frustrating about it. Burst Fire on the Torrent in BL3 is peak sound design. It genuinely, like... A Burst Fire Torrent made me learn that an ear orgasm is real. Fluid started leaking from them. A thick, viscous white substance started leaking from my ears when I heard that shit for the first time. Jacobs is also insanely sexy appearance and sound-wise in 3. The M1 Garand paying on the AR mags, pure sex. Yeah, dude. Again, that's another huge glow-up from 2 for me. I think I missed another couple farms. That's another huge glow-up from 2 for me, where despite loving Jacobs, I hated Jacobs' ARs. I hated how they fucking looked in 2. BL3, though? I think Jacobs' ARs might be... They would be my favorite, design-wise, if not for how fucking hot the pistols are. The pistols just barely edge them out, but damn, dude, the fucking... All of the reloads on the Jacobs ARs just look amazing, too. Biggest low down were Hyperion shotguns in the sound design, except for the Butcher. Yeah, I kind of just... I don't hate the Hyperion shotgun sounds. It's just kind of like... I don't think about it much. Whereas in 2, I definitely did really enjoy it. Atlas sniper, or not Atlas, Hyperion snipers are also kind of lame to me. I don't mind the SMGs though. I think SMGs sound dope. Although actually, since my brain decided to think of Atlas, I love the sounds of Atlas guns. I think it fits the vibe so well. Same with COV. I mean, I think Atlas and COV are just two of the best, like, aesthetically designed things. Like, they just create such a vibe to them, and they stick to it so fucking strong with those two guns, or those two manufacturers. Like, COV and Atlas is just swagged. Completely and utterly fucking swagged out. Should probably clear their ground. You only have so many cartoony games. Gearbox said that BO4 is a darker story, but you had no dark my ass. BO4 wasn't dark at all, except for the bolts, I guess. No. Darker story to Gearbox just meant less funny. Because people were mad at the poop jokes in BL3. Like that wasn't a staple of this franchise. They replaced poop jokes with sex jokes in 4. Which is far more, far better humor, obviously. Far more highbrow humor. Talking about penis and vagina instead of poop and shit. Cool, we got jack shit. Simple full auto rocket launcher with legendary stats would be my fave in BO3, to be honest. Is there not a single full auto rocket launcher? Does that not exist? I guess there isn't, huh? The rocket pod really is the closest that you get. Is the Globetrotter full auto? I genuinely can't remember. Dump truck is cringe and free, but Jack saying he has a pony made of diamonds is peak writing. Dude, and his name was Butt Stallion. That's funny. That's funny. That's hilarious. I think so. I've probably said this so many times. The thing is with like the way that the Borderlands style of humor has been received, it's a change in how I think it literally reflects a larger societal, at least like internet societal change in how cringe humor is received. Where, like, I could write a thesis about this shit, man. Like, cringe humor nowadays, it's not acceptable to find it funny even ironically. People just have to hate it. If something is cringe, you just have to hate it. You can't, like, find humor in the fact that it's cringe. It's just, like, not allowed. But back then, it was, like, the opposite, where cringe humor was kind of just, like, the thing. You know, whether you enjoyed it completely shamelessly, or you were an ironic connoisseur of that kind of shit. It was just far more accepted, and people overall were more open to it. But then, by the time BL3 came out, and it had the same type of fucking humor, where the joke is, haha, lol, lamau, random XD, poop, shit, fart, that kind of, like, style just was utterly despised. What stallion's a girl? Call out poster Josh. He misgendered the diamond horse. Fuck! My bad. 3 has private Beans. That is the best humor in the franchise easily. Legit, dude. Beans fucking kills me. Just Beans and Tron in general. Those are 2 of my favorite fucking characters in the entire franchise. Like, fucking Beans is such a little fucking rat. I love him. Dude, day 1, when BL3 came out, fucking, I remember how much me and my buds would just do the fucking Trant call to each other. Like, the final one right before you enter the stronghold area, when he hits that fucking high note. Cause when all me and my buds fucking, we started playing that shit when it released at like 11 p.m. here. And we played that shit well into the night. And so fucking, it would be like 2, 3 a.m. by the time we got to that part. And it was so, it was such a thing that caught me off guard. I had to hit a pause for a second and just laugh to myself. Like, literally full, whole-ass fucking sleep-deprived belly laugh. Alone in my bedroom. When he hit that shit. And nothing has ever tickled me quite as hard as Tron and Beans has. In this franchise. I don't know where Gearbox will take BL4 or Borderlands after 4. What can they do to make it better? I think fucking reintroducing Lilith is a huge shot in the foot. I think that is genuinely the single biggest mistake that they've done with 4. Because 3 was trying to distance from Lilith. She can come back when we need to prevent another world-ending threat. Her coming back immediately to just, like, resume position, I think is so stupid. And I think that is going to have incredibly negative ripple effects through the entire rest of the fucking series. I think them getting rid of her, even if still temporarily, having time without Lilith, I think was the best thing for this franchise. And they immediately, due to mild amounts of pushback on their incredibly successful game that still holds a consistent player base, I think that forcing Ava out and Lilith back in is terrible. The only joke in the BO series I still think is funny to this day is the Jack Violin dialogue. That's a lot of the Borderlands humor does not age into the modern era well. I think the only one that actually ages well is BL1. Because it's like that fucking super dry ass humor, and it just fits so well. The entire vibe of that game. I think BL1 is easily the funniest game in the franchise in the modern era. I think BL4 is probably the least funny. I can't think of a single fucking moment from this game. The only things I remember are like a few side quests here and there, pretty much. But I don't remember ever laughing at this game. I vividly remember Trunt hitting that fucking high note and like legitimately throwing my head back and laughing my ass off. Back in 2019. I remember that vividly. There was not a single time that I think this game made me laugh very hard, if at all. I mean, it's somewhere. It's on my channel. I could go back and try to figure out how many times I laughed at this game. Should have saved her for a DLC or just given her a tease at the end. I think that's the best way to do it. Like, I don't think Lilith should have been gone forever. I think having her gone for a game at least would have been nice. A game and a half would have been ideal. Like, of course she's gonna have to come back for the war, but like, you did all this work to set up her fucking protege, and then you cut her from the game. And then you just bring Lilith back. BL3 only has 1,900 people on. No. Okay. I don't like the use of the word only there. Because hold on. BL3 has like 2,000 people on, okay? Keep in mind as well, most of the people that are still playing BL3 are likely people that bought it before it went on Steam. It's probably very safe to take the player count of BL3 and double it to get an accurate PC number. I don't know that for sure, but like most of the people that are probably still playing this game are probably people that played it from day one. I would be very willing to say that BL3 has very similar player numbers to BL4 right now. As well, BL2 probably also has very similar player numbers. Because again, this isn't the whole story for PC. This is also released on Epic. I'm sure it's probably not going to be as many people playing on Epic as on Steam. Like, this is one where it's definitely more people on Steam than on Epic. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is also around 3,000 players. I could see another fucking potentially 800-ish on other PC platforms. Like, it's been around long enough. It's been on enough different platforms. Like, it's bad, brother. It's dire. BL3 is thriving. When Tina asked why all the dwarves in the mines look like Salvador and Dragon Keep, I almost died. Dragon Keep, I think, was where a lot of the BL2 moments that I still find funny honestly came from. I feel like the fucking I punch it. That was good. That was also good. Dragon Keep was just a funny DLC. I think as a DLC overall, it's a little bit overhyped. I kind of thought it was a little bit of a lame DLC. But a lot of the writing in it was really fucking funny. Looks like Lilith is gonna be the last living being in this fucking universe. There was another looter shooter I could play. There was, except Destiny 2 was fucking dog shit compared to Borderlands. Yeah, and then they decided to copy Destiny for BL4 for some fucking reason. They're like, yeah, let's start copying our competitors that are significantly less successful. That's surely a good idea. Let's go for that fan base as well. We'll go for we'll focus this game on trying to pull two fan bases that are already obsessed with their respective games, with Destiny 2 and BL2 players. Holy shit! A legendary enhancement? I mean, sure, I guess. It's a fucking legendary enhancement. You don't see those every day. I think you're gonna be in luck these next couple years. I feel like BL4 faltering as hard as it did. One, hopefully it's a fucking wake-up call to Gearbox. Hopefully this is a slap in the face to be like, hey, maybe don't listen to people that are fucking bitching. You guys are the game devs. Maybe just do what the fuck you've been doing and got you a game that was successful for 2 years worth of DLC. And then still holding a consistent player base to this day, 7 years later. Maybe just keep doing that, because you've done it, like, 3 times now. But also, I think it's going to open up the market for other looter shooters. A hell of a lot. So even if Gearbox doesn't get their shit together, hopefully someone else does. We just need to wait for the roguelike genre to kind of die first, because I think that's a big problem right now with the looter shooter genre is, I mean, honestly, just the looter genre in general. I think a lot of them just end up being roguelikes. Which is fine. Like, I mean, dude, fucking Dead Zone Rogue and RoboQuest are some of my favorite games ever. But I'm like, to get a proper looter shooter, I think it's gonna be some time. However, I think the market is now there. And that's why there hasn't been a lot of competition in the genre, is because the market was Borderlands. Like, if you could not compare to Borderlands, then that was it. It was done. But now Borderlands is no longer Borderlands. Borderlands is a cheap imitation of itself that's copying from Destiny. I'm like, they have an annoying shit, unfun gun system. There's 0 end game. And skill trees are incredibly lame. So pretty much everything that made Borderlands really cool and unique and an amazing looter shooter, they've kind of fumbled. And therefore, there's an opening for someone else to do it right. You know what Gearbox really needs to do? They need to just re-release Battleborn. It's unrelated, I just need Battleborn back in my life. Roguelikes are fun, but looter shooters are so much better. Honestly, I want a single-player Tarkov with Borderlands bosses and skills. I'd pull the shit out of that game. You ever try Rage? Rage definitely isn't for everyone. It's also still, like, a little bit sci-fi. But the gunplay in Rage and Rage 2 feels incredibly good. And it is still, like... Rage 2 especially is kind of Borderlands-y a little bit, but still, like, a little more gritty. The first Rage, though, is, like, straight-up BL1 vibe. They're very good games. Rage is it's fine. Yeah, like, see, that's the, experience I have, or I see most people have with it. I'm like, Rage is a game that either you think is fine, or you think is one of the best games ever. I'm kind of in that camp. That's an overstatement. It's not that good, but I fucking love it. Warframe wins by doing nothing yet again. Personally consider Campaign of Carnage to be the most consistently amusing DLC just because Mr. Torg is pure ham 100% of the time. And there's just enough Tina there to edge it over the top of Dragon Keep. Dragon Keep is the best outside of that, though. My problem with Dragon Keep is I just don't have fun playing it. Like, it's a good DLC. Again, the writing on it is great, but I just, like, I hate running it. I don't have fun in a lot of the maps. I think a lot of the enemy types or whatever. I'd agree. I think fucking Campaign of Carnage is a lot more fun. I love running Campaign of Carnage. That one's easily my favorite to run through. The way I would rank them, just the BO2 DLCs in general, is Tina's is the best writing. I really like the the writing in Tina's DLC. I think it's funny. Aesthetically, my favorite is Scarlet. I think there's just so much fun goofiness in like a desert pirate setting. I think a lot of the maps are also just really well designed. But Torgs, I think, is just the best of everything. I think it's not as well designed the maps and aesthetic as Pirate's Booty is. It's not as well written as Dragon Keep is, but it's a perfect balance, and it's got some of the most fun enemy variety. And then I'm not going to talk about Hammerlocks, because that doesn't even rank. See, I'm really excited about the next DLC just because they said that they're going more of a horror route with it. And that's something I've really wanted from this franchise. I mean, literally ever since TPS, pretty much. Because TPS has that one spooky mission, Platform 13 or whatever the fuck. It's the Ghostbusters mission. And I fucking loved that mission. I think anytime there's been like a spooky side quest, I think it goes over really fucking well, at least with me. I think they do great on it. The Benediction of Pain, that entire section of Krieg DLC is easily one of my favorite sections ever in this franchise. If they manage to capture the same sort of vibes as those side quests and that fucking part of that DLC give, then I think this DLC is going to be something incredible. Have you played Suicide Squad? At least the movement felt better, and overall, I prefer that game over BL4. Dude, hold on. Have I played Suicide Squad? Have I played Suicide Squad? Okay, actually, I did not have nearly as much time in this game as I thought I did. I have played Suicide Squad. I've played the shit out of Suicide Squad. I fucking love Suicide Squad, and I'm so mad that I did not pick this game up earlier. I got it recently. Like, within the last couple months. And I fucking adore it. It's so bad. Dude, I know so many people fucking hate it. It is straight up the best looter shooter I have played since Outriders. Which, rip Outriders 2, by the way. A completely fucking tragic that they got taken out back and absolutely mauled by Square Enix, but... Dude, the movement, the combat, it's fucking incredible. I think the way... I both love and hate the build crafting. I think the skill tree system is really stupid. But I like the build crafting still. It's just that build crafting doesn't really care about your skill tree 90% of the time. There's like a few optimizations that you're able to make in your trees and shit. I wish they were just free-flowing, like BL skill trees. I don't know why they did it where, like, you have to spend points in trees as you get them. Like, you have to alternate trees and shit. It's dumb. But, no, like, the gear system and shit in that game, I think, is awesome. And the way that that feeds into build crafting, because that's more so how you make builds in that game. I tried to give it a try, but it's such... I'm not saying you gotta like it. Again, most people did not like it. I fucking loved it. And I'm kind of sad that it's dead. Hey, thank you for the follow. I have no idea what your name is, but I appreciate it, brother. Welcome. Really glad they gave Hammerlock a banger DLC after flopping so hard with Hammerlock's Hunt. Yeah, I just wish they fucking gave it more bosses. They compared it to Guns, Love, and Tentacles. I have to glaze it automatically. Yes, I agree. Horror is an excellent match for Borderlands. Definitely not saying that because, saying this because I wrote a whole ass psychological horror fanfic. Dude, it's a weird fit. Like, it's kind of, it doesn't seem like it should work, but it does. And it does incredibly well. It's wild. Suicide Squad would be good if it wasn't treated as a live service and the devs actually put effort into diversifying maps and enemy variety. Fighting almost always takes place on rooftops, and Metropolis is just a horrible place for a game to be set. See, I don't mind that, though. I kind of... Because movement is such a big part of the combat and shit. I'm really... I don't have much of an issue with always fighting from the sky. Granted, I do also play Harley Quinn, so that could be a huge factor. Because she especially kind of gets a shit ton of buffs for fighting from the sky. But no, I feel like... I think enemy variety just kind of coming down to reskinned enemies that have, like, specific hero powers and shit is a little bit lame, but at the same time... While they visually look like the same enemies, I think the way that you do have to engage with them is different enough that, it scratches the itch for me. I'd say enemy variety in Suicide Squad is better than BO4. Not that that's a high bar to fucking clear, but... Yeah, all character skill trees is just get high combo and you do more damage. Penguin system of rerolls is great. That's like, everything about build crafting in that game, other than skill trees, is fantastic. It almost makes me wonder why skill trees even exist. But, yeah, I don't know, it's goofy. But God, the weapon systems. And see, that's a system that does different rarities actually surprisingly well. There's actually a reason to have different, like, the legendaries in that game aren't uniques. They're just specific effects that legendary guns have, but they can be spawned across every single gun possible. That's kind of how, like, the uniques work in that game. But those effects, those unique effects, they have different ways that they function and function together depending on if they're, like, one of the nefarious ones or whatever the fuck. Because some of them, like, have combo sets. You can, like, mix and match different villainous traits to create a new trait. Like, so good. It's so fucking good. Also, that was funny number that we had previously. We are on 70 now. Who do you think will be the biggest winner of the level cap increase? I don't know if the level cap increase is big enough for Amon to get completely cracked yet. I don't know enough about Amon. I know Amon eventually is going to be a problem because of how many fucking number adjustments he's got. It just depends on how many more of those buffed up skills he now has access to at the same time. Because that's the thing, right? Like, that's how that problem ends up happening. That's how it happened with Moze. They buff a shit ton of different skills, and they just give them a shit ton more numbers. And when you're just giving skills more numbers, when a level cap comes around, you gain more points, which lets you then access more of those buffs per build. So it depends on if that ends up happening with Amon within these 10 points. Because if so, depending on how impactful those are, he might be the biggest winner. Although really, I think the actual answer is Cash. Even though he's releasing at level 60, I think he's going to be the biggest winner. Because, dear God, that boy ain't right. I love Remnant 2, but that game's the way you get your new gun most of the time is depending on doing almost no hint puzzles that are just stupid. I need to get back into playing Remnant 2. I beat the first Remnant. I adored the first Remnant. And I started playing Remnant 2 recently, but it was right before, I think I started playing it right before I didn't have my computer for like a month because I went to go visit Ivy's family. And then I stayed at her place before coming back here. So I just had my laptop, which could not run that shit. I need to get back in that, though. Enemy variety is fine. Flash enemies do not get affected by the ult. Batman is immune to melee special, and Lantern has a good BL3 invincibility drone to destroy first. Game lacks bosses and raids. Yeah, that's the biggest issue, is like effectively the only raids and shit that you get is the Brainiac stuff, which I think is fine. But I'm just like, I don't know if I have any desire to ever go replay them. Like, they are replayable. I just don't know why I ever would replay them. Because there's just better ways of farming shit. Having an actual proper raid boss in that game would have been killer, though. Again, I feel like we would have had that at some point. If it didn't just flop so hard. Amon's still the only one who got major skill balance update, right? Major? Yes. Every character has had some form of, like, balance adjustment. Amon has definitely gotten the most. Maintain that Nakayama shouldn't have existed. Big Game Hunt should have been an open world adventure with fun stuff. Listen, the best Big Game Hunt DLC, or the best redemption that Big Game Hunt got was the Cankerwood section in BL3. Well, I fucked that. Let's look at purples. That section is so fucking good. And that's just what the entirety of Big Game Hunt should have been. Is it should have been hunting big-ass monsters with Hammerlock. And it's dumb as fuck that they fumbled that. God, isn't this fun? Isn't this good content when I'm sitting here staring, reading item cards? I'm having a blast. Hope you guys are too. I like the movement, but look at a game like Sunset Overdrive. The world was designed in a way that you can zip around but still have to do ground combat. Dude, I honestly don't even know if I know what that game is. It sounds familiar. Or was I just hate Suicide Squad because of what it did to Batman and kind of voiding Arkham Knight's ending? See, that's the one complaint that I see the most about it, and I think that was the biggest mistake that that game made, was being was being a part of that franchise. I think if they just didn't do that, then it probably wouldn't have died. I have not actually seen this game. It's on for $5 right now, though. This kind of looks dope. I might buy that after the stream. We don't talk about BO2's Hammerlock DLC in this household. Imagine if FromSoft tries a looter shooter game. They did, effectively. Isn't that what Elden Ring is? Just without the shooting? Well, you shoot spells and shit out of your hands. That's shooting. That counts. You think 10 points is enough for Affinity Vex or not? Kind of. Actually. The biggest issue is, like, while I think 10 points helps with it, you still just need to mainly go Green Tree. So as long as you have enough points to get all the important shit from Green Tree, and then also grab attunements, then you should be good. Which I think you can. I think that should be possible. New BL4 DLC where Hammerlock rips a fat fucking bong? Dude. Is Sir Hammerlock's blunt? That would be fucking crazy. That's the fucking redemption that Hammerlock's hunt needs. Sharing a nice blunt with his beloved husband. He changes his name to Sir Hemperlock. Alright, I think we'll go to 80 here. And then I think I'll wrap it. Kind of wild that we haven't gotten a single +5 Grave Thirst today. I mean, we did get a couple +5s, just not in the right skill. I think I got like 3 in the first stream we did this on. That's just a fucking world drop. Dude, I feel bad for the forearms of these Vault Hunters. These motherfuckers must look like heroin addicts. With how much they just jam their fucking rep kits into the exact same spot over and over and over again. Gotta fuck your shit up. A lot of fucking anarchies today, though. The receiving end of the AI vibe check. Well, hey, you know, if you have Amazon Prime, you can avoid the Twitch ads. Subscribe now for absolutely no perks whatsoever. Actually, no, I have like 3 emotes, I think. Hey, you have a good one too, Shicky. Thanks for stomping on by, brother. Also, I think I lied about going to 80. I think we're going to do one more and then I'll call it. I got to take a mad shit. I'm going to be completely transparent here. Twitch versus YouTube is just, do you want to get punched in the dick or kicked in the dick? And you know what's funny? I don't know which one's which. Really depends on the day. At least on Twitch you get music. I hope Randy lets me use a class mod that isn't the Shatter White on Amon in the update. What, you don't like every new patch getting a new class mod that you can't use for that character? The cosmetic class mods? I don't mind the Twitch ads. They're all just weird and funny rather than being another NSFW ad or a completely mislabeled firearm accessory. Dude, it's really funny scrolling YouTube shorts and then just getting flashbanged by like an anime asshole. Like some fucking anime chick completely gaping her asshole on my YouTube ad. It's crazy. You can see into the abyss. I'm like, how is this allowed, but I can't say the fuck word too many times? I say that like I've ever been punished for the amount of swearing that I do in my fucking videos. I've somehow gone under the radar. Which apparently they no longer care anyways. But even during the time that they did care, I never once got any shit for it. And I don't know how. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up quickly because I don't feel like shitting my pants live on stream. That's going to be during the subathon. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. As always, it's been a damn good fucking time. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, morning, night, whatever time it may be. And I will see you guys in another couple days. And let me I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it. Okay. I would like to do it next stream. But at some point, I'm going to start a new series for the channel because we were getting down to the wire with BL3's Forgotten. So I need to start doing shit, you know? I gotta start making some fucking moves. I gotta start getting some motion. But that series is going to likely be done live and then turned into videos. I don't want to say what it is yet, but it is going to be likely some long ass streams because I think I'm going to try to usually do them all at once. But yeah, that might be next stream. If not next stream, it might be the stream after. No, the stream after is going to be DLC. Might be next stream. We'll see. Anyways, have a good one, fellas. Bye-bye!